the first goal, I was in the studios with Alan Shearer, and I jumped up. I said, "That is Manchester United. That is old school Manchester United."
Guessing the mood and the vibe of this show is going to be a little bit better this week. Wayne, you can go first. Enjoy the Manchester derby.
Yeah, it was. I think it's the best performance I've seen in a long, long time from Manchester United, um, and I think what Michael done with the team, it wasn't rocket science. It was a simple tweak in terms of what he done in terms of formation. I think everyone's been talking a lot about Ruben Amorim's formation in the back three and how it weren't suited to Man United as well. And so he changed that. But if you go back to the last podcast we done, when I spoke about what United need to do, it's simple really, is run and work hard. And it was so refreshing to see the players do that. I thought Ahmed and Dorgu on the wings were excellent. The work rate they put in to help the fullbacks out, and they got into a compact shape, which I spoke about, and hit Man City on the break. And the difference in energy, you can feel it from the fans as well. The difference in energy from the team, the confidence, the belief, the composure on the ball at the right times, was night and day from what we've been seeing. So it was such a good day, and it reminded me when we talk about Man United's DNA. That was it yesterday. There, work hard, run for your teammate, get back into a shape, be hard to play against. When you get an opportunity to run forward in straight lines, sprint. I think it's the first time I've seen some players sprint.
Yeah, it was insane, wasn't it? It was just like, yeah, it was the best performance I've seen in years. I mean, I know we've had like results against big sides in the last 18 months or so, but I think to actually truly dominate a big side, I haven't seen that happen in years, especially with this current set of players. But it was just amazing. A one-touch football. There was a switch from Dorgu at one point, the feint from Mainu when he sent Semenyo to the shops, and I thought that was a bit unfair. Semenyo's just moved to Manchester. He's got no idea where the shops are, and he sent him to the shops there. And it was just amazing to see. I saw people online having a go at Michael Carrick for bringing back rondos in training, but like you saw the effects of it on the field.
We done rondos every day. That was the first thing we done. You do your activation inside, and you go out and you do a rondo for 10-15 minutes. And when Van Gaal come in, he banned it and let us do it, and the players went mad. And it's not a major thing, but it's something which the players enjoy. It gets you going. It switches your brain on as well. But yeah, no, I think just the simplicity of how Man United played is so effective, and the first goal especially, and the disallowed goal, the Mount goal at the end, that if you go back 15 years, that could have been myself, Ronaldo, Park Ji-sung, Giggs, all running forwards. So that was the perfect performance, I think, yesterday. And Man City I think they had like 70% possession, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like they've had that much possession in previous years, and you feel there's no way of United getting out of this. They're going to cave into the pressure. United look comfortable. They look comfortable defending the box. When it went wide, they were forcing it back inside to where the bodies were. I thought Casemiro and Mainu were. I've been critical of Mainu for when he's come on in recent games. I thought he was outstanding, and just the experience of the backline. I thought Dalot, he should have been sent off. I think it should have been a red card, so he got a bit lucky there. But beyond that, I thought he was excellent and against a tricky winger. Not to get that second yellow, I thought he played really well. And the two centre-backs, the experience, they got the cover in front of them, which I think they need to get players in front of them working to help them as well. So I don't think I can fault one player from that game yesterday, and it was refreshing to see.
It was brilliant to see, I think, as well, the way the players felt like they actually believed in everything that was going on around them. And it was like... It was what you said in the last podcast, to just keep things simple and stuff as well. It was like playing players in the positions they actually want to be in. I mean, like, who'd have thought that would create happiness? Do you know what I mean? It was like you had Mainu and Casemiro, which Amorim led us to believe who couldn't play together. And you had Bruno Fernandes in the 10, and we saw how effective he can be when he's playing in that position. It's like, why you would put somebody like Bruno getting the ball from the back three, I will never know, because you saw what he can do from that position and how effective he can be.
I think it was a massive game for Mike. There was a lot of talk as well of is he the right person to go in at this period of time? I think we've seen that from a lot of people, and I had no doubt over him, and I hope he continues this now from the end of the season, because if he does, you never know what can happen from there.
This looks like a completely different team, and they've only had about 3 days worth of training. And I think they asked Lisandro Martinez what they've been doing, and he said, we've been playing with the ball in training, and that's really helped. And you saw even like the togetherness, that idea of, you were saying, the players working for each other. You saw Casemiro jumping on Michael Carrick's back to celebrate a goal, which I don't think we saw any of players doing that under the previous manager. So it begs the question, what's been going on in those 3 days? What can you get done in those 3 days, Wayne?
Well, you demand it. you demand it, and why I felt it was really important to have people who know the club in there at this period of time is Michael Carrick walks into that dressing room and he commands respect, regardless of what player he's talking to. Michael Carrick's been there. He's done it at Manchester United. He's an example to them players, and he will command respect the minute he walks in that dressing room. So the players will listen to him. He's been there. He's won 5 Premier League titles, Champions League, FA Cup, Club World Cup, Europa League. He won everything. There's only 2 players who've done that. I'm the other one. But
Funny you mentioned that.
No, but so he'll command respect from them players, and you can see that straight away. And so when Michael Carrick said, and I've said this before, he might seem quite quiet as a person, but he's got a ruthless streak. So when he's telling you, when you run forward, you better run back, otherwise you're not going to be on that pitch. I'll take you off. And that's as simple as it can be. And he made big calls. He obviously let Sesko out, left Cunha out of the team. I thought Cunha come on and was brilliant. We've seen him blocking a shot on the edge of the box, then running forward. Thought his attitude when he come on was excellent. So it's doing the basics right, and making sure you do the basics gives you the foundation to go and win football games. And that's all he done yesterday. So it wasn't rocket science what he done or what he changed, but the players listened to him. And you could see, I'm not saying they didn't respect Ruben Amorim, but you could see there was a freedom about him yesterday, which I haven't seen in a long time.
Have you spoken to him at all, Wayne, since? Sent him a text?
Only on text. I haven't.
What did you say?
I'll keep that private. But
I imagine you said you were pretty happy, and he was pretty happy.
Yeah, no, obviously he's delighted. Of course he is, and I don't think he will have went to sleep the night before on Friday night, even dreaming of how well the game would have went. I think, I said yesterday on Match of the Day, I said, we've seen Man United win big games in recent times, but I don't think we've seen them win big games and perform as well as they have. And when Man United scored the first goal, I was in the studio, I was with Alan Shearer, and I jumped up, I said, that is Manchester United, that is old school Manchester United. And that's what it felt like. So for him to bring that back in so quickly, I don't think any of us would have imagined it would have been that good so quickly. But now the players have shown he can do it, and I'm sure he'll be right on them, sticking on them to make sure they do that again. Difficult game next week against Arsenal on Sunday, but they've showed the signs that they can go and be a good team.
Isn't it amazing how one win will just change your whole mentality?
No, but I think the change happens at the right time. I think Ruben Amorim, he was probably watching that game sat behind the couch thinking what is going on, because he couldn't get that out of them. So I think when you see that change in the mentality, fresh faces, I think it's good. Steve Holland coming in, I said on the last pod, was a really good signing to bring in with him. So having fresh faces, fresh ideas, and a new manager coming in can give players new energy anyway. But I think especially Michael Carrick going in will certainly lift the whole place.
The one thing I would say as a neutral, and I know, Wayne, you've said on this podcast before, we just have to enjoy it when it's going well. We have seen United put in big performances before. You've both said that you think this is the best probably in recent years, but how can this be different the big challenge now, isn't it? Is to build on it, because we've kind of been here before.
Yeah, it feels different. I think the performance was different. I haven't seen Man United, and this is me having a go at the players over recent years. I haven't seen players run and work that hard in a long, long time.
But they can do that for
So
one-off games, can't they? It's a case of having to do it every
yeah,
week.
but not like that. Not together. Not together. For my worry yesterday was after after the first half. My worry was, can they keep this up for 90 minutes? And which they did. So I think there's a big respect towards the manager there, and the confidence that the players have been shattered. The confidence has been on the floor for the last 3 years. I don't think there's any denying that. So it's hard to play when your confidence is low. So the confidence that will give them players is huge. So I think, yeah, listen, they could go and lose the game on Sunday, but I don't think that'll be an issue if they continue to perform and to work together and be resilient and be hard to play against. I think fans will accept that. Fans aren't stupid. They'll accept losing a game if the players are working hard and running. So that's all you want to see. And if you get good players doing that, more often than not, you'll win games.
I think you're absolutely right. I think we haven't seen Man United dominate a game like that for ages, and that could have been 5-0. That could have been 5-0, and it was like it was complete domination on every sort of metric that you could measure. I think if Manchester United play like that till the end of the season, every United fan will be happy. And I think it's credit to Michael Carrick and his coaching staff that they were able to get that out. And the challenge now is to replicate that for every game to the end of the season. And do you know what? If we keep playing like that and we get top 4, I think put the contract down.
Did you see this? Like, I went at the stadium. I was in the BBC studios, but did you see the difference in the stadium? Even when he walked out before the game, and he's trying to pump the crowd up. I think the fans, they felt something yesterday. They got a taste of what it was like under Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
There's some of them young fans who have been through a terrible time over the last 10, 13 years, really, since Fergie left. They haven't witnessed a team perform that well. And I've been part of some of them teams as well. I've played in some of them teams. They haven't witnessed a team perform that well with that energy and that belief and that fight and being brave with the ball, but also be resilient and tough to play against.